Did you know that there's a Punch-Out game you can play for the Nintendo Entertainment System that came out before Mike Tyson's Punch Out? Let's talk about it.
This is a review show. This is a review show. You don't have to like it, but I hope you like it.
With Mike Tyson recently in the news for having fought Roy Jones Jr., ending in a controversial draw, the hype from this match gave me the itch to play some Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I came across an article talking about how eBay had been flooded with copies of Tyson's Punch Out since the fight had been underway and the prices were going up. I happened to notice that among some of the higher priced carts were Japan exclusives known as Punch Out Gold. These are gold-colored cartridges that look a lot like copies of Legend of Zelda, which I'm sure you are familiar with. From what I can tell, Nintendo of Japan gave these away as a prize for a Famicom-sponsored golf tournament, and only 10,000 copies were produced. 10,000 seems like a lot for a prize. I guess everyone who attended got one? At any rate, I decided to forget about Mike Tyson for a minute and give this golden oldie a try. When you boot up the Punch-Out Gold cart, you are greeted by Little Mac and Doc along with their story. But it's just a little bit different than you probably remember. It looks like in this version, Doc is your trainer, which I guess is different than a trainer. Also, this one says, "This is a true story to the victory." First of all, this is a lie. Nothing about this game is true. It's a made-up boxing universe with many colorful characters who possess magic punching powers and are all trying to beat your ass. Secondly, are you supposed to take this true story to victory? Where's victory? Who is victory? Damn, what am I getting myself into here? I guess now is a good time as any to get into the ring and find out. We begin our journey with Glass Joe. Dude is a pushover, but you need him to learn some of the fundamentals. His stats say he has 99 losses and 1 win by a knockout. A knockout! So that means this wasn't some poor decision on Mario's part as a referee. By the way, we know Mario is a shady as shit ref. Look at the way he stops his count when your opponent starts to get up. Does he do this for you when you've been knocked on your ass? Hell no! Mario's kind of a dick sometimes. Just ask Luigi. Up next, Von Kaiser. Once you understand how to beat Von Kaiser, he might be even easier than Glass Joe. He's pretty much here to teach you about dodging and counterpunching. The best part about fighting him is the dumb face he makes when he's stunned. Take him down, and it's on to Piston Honda. You've made it to the Minor Circuit Championship fight, and now you face your first real challenge of the game. This guy is all about the eyebrows. You know, I used to have a girlfriend who would draw in her eyebrows way too high, so I told her. She looked surprised.
Look, it's frickin' hard to write an eyebrow joke. If you can write an eyebrow joke, please write one. Let me know.
Anyway, on to Don Flamenco. Don is a palette swap with Glass Joe, except they put Adam Sandler's head on him. But for real, he's easy to beat once you figure out how to dodge his alternate uppercuts until he's down for the count. And then who's next? King Hippo, the big mouth from the South Pacific. For this version, it's interesting to see a palette swap here on his skin tone, though it's nowhere near as drastic as the change for his Captain N appearance. But I digress. Once you're able to knock down His Majesty, he won't get back up. My friends used to say it was because he was too fat to pull himself up, but I have to wonder if he didn't crap his pants and is faking being down for the count. Oh, and dude seriously needs to get a belt to hold his pants up. He could probably be invincible if he wasn't always pulling up his pants. So here we have Great Tiger. So this guy wears a ruby in his turban, which pretty much tells you everything he's about to do when it flashes. The biggest challenge with Great Tiger is learning how to deal with his Tiger Punch. Somehow, he can magically teleport in circles around the ring while throwing punches at you. Apparently, his dad was some kind of magician or some shit. Anyway, the punches can be stopped with some quick blocking. But if you can, just catch him in a stomach star punch pattern before he can ever pull off his special attack. Bald Bull. He isn't too hard, but you have to get the timing down just right against his bull charge, or you'll be yelling, "Bullshit!" You know what else is a bullshit move on the game's part? When someone like Bald Bull beats you. Just to add insult to injury, he laughs in your face. Dude is a jerk. Oh look, just what you want to see after Bald Bull mocks you. The game over screen. And what does this say? After training, Mac coming back. What? I mean, I get what it's saying, and yet it still doesn't make any sense. So here we have Piston Honda again. That's right, you have to fight him twice. And this time he's harder. In fact, the game makes you fight a few rematches, including Bald Bull again. You know, the weird thing about the second time around is he starts to spaz out and will just rub his own face like a cat cleaning himself. I don't know. Maybe he's having some kind of seizure brought on by all the trauma from boxing. So what's the best course of action to take when someone's having a seizure? Blam! Pop them square in the face. That'll cure him. All right, who's next? Soda Popinski. If you ever played the original Punch Out arcade, you might know this fighter as Vodka Drunkinski, who uses the power of alcohol to fuel his punches. Of course, Nintendo being Nintendo changed this for the home version. So now the dude drinks soda pop. What does that say? You know, if he drinks to prepare for a fight, either he is still talking about vodka, or if not, he will probably be diabetic before the end of the match. One of the coolest things about a game like Punch Out is you can still learn new things when you play it. Case in point with Popinski, when he goes down for the big uppercut, if you go into blocking position, Soda will hesitate, giving you a chance to throw a body blow, get a star, and knock him down with one punch. I didn't find this out until just recently. This brings us to Mr. Sandman. Bring me a dream. Well, wait, don't do that. First, I gotta kick your ass. Honestly, Sandman can be tough. This is where the NES hard starts to creep in for me, only because some of the moves he does can have random timings. Just remember, go face, body, body, body when you land a punch. If he pulls out the Dreamland Express and you successfully dodge it, then make sure you slap his face and go to town on his body. Before you know it, Sandman will be back where he belongs, in Spider-Man 3. Yeesh. Super Macho Man. He is super, he is macho, he is a man. Really not much to say here. Avoid his spinning punches and you should be fine. Hell, even his smack talk is kind of boring. You know, speaking of these areas in between rounds, they aren't really all that good. I mean, sure, you can press select on your controller and get a health boost. It seems to be a random boost at that, but if I'm wrong, I'm sure someone out there will correct me. What I really want to talk about, though, is Doc Lewis and his crappy advice. Mac's all like, "He's hurt me, Doc." And Doc's like, "Don't give up, Mac, fight." What kind of advice is that? Or sometimes Doc will give you just a little encouragement like,
"Dance like a fly, bite like a mosquito."
I don't know what that means, Doc.
Don't know what it means? Come over here, I'll tell you.
Never would have figured that out, thanks. Oh snap, it looks like Macho Man is down. Someone get him a Slim Jim to snap into. Alright, he's beat. Finally, I can see what happens once you beat Super Macho Man. But first, let's read the newspaper. Last night, we had a small but a great champ, and his name is Little Mac. So that's weird to read. I might not remember exactly how they did things in 1987, but I'm willing to bet, with its wild punctuation, that sentence probably would not have passed the smell test. Anyway, here we are, the moment of truth. What comes after Super Macho Man? Will it be Mr. Dream? Was Mike Tyson slipped in here before Nintendo had the license to use him? Is it going to be a character completely unseen before? Nope. It's the end of the game. Roll credits. I always thought this final screen was cool, but there's something about Little Mac's eyes. Is he stoned? I think maybe, just maybe, he's been taking boxing advice from the man himself, Mike Tyson.
Well, listen, I can't stop smoking. I smoke during fights. I used to have to smoke. I smoke every day. I never stop smoking. It's just who I am. It has no effect on me from a negative standpoint. It's just what I do and who I am and how I'm going to die.
Speaking of Iron Mike, I think it's high time I put in his version of the game and work on kicking his ass. Oh, and this time, I'm ready.
Alright, so we made it through the game, we popped in Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and we kicked his ass. I guess all there is left to do is find out how Mike felt about that. Mike?
Thank you for watching. Have you played this version of the game before? What did you think of this video? Please like it if you liked it and dislike it if you didn't. If you want to see more like this, go ahead and click the subscribe button and clobber the bell while you're at it. Wait, is there still a bell? I don't know. What I do know is I appreciate you watching and see you soon.